Todd and Julie Chrisley's sentencing date has been rescheduled after their attorney claims a witness lied on the stand. Todd and Julie Chrisley's sentencing has been rescheduled. According to a new document acquired by People, the Chrisley Knows Best performers, who were originally scheduled to be sentenced on Oct. 6 after being convicted of fraud charges, will instead be sentenced on Nov. 21. The government does not oppose to this request, the publication says, adding that the couple's former accountant Peter Tarantino is also a defendant. The court grants this motion for good cause presented. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, a federal jury found Todd, 53, and Julie, 49, guilty of conspiracy to conduct bank fraud, conspiracy to defraud the United States, and tax fraud in June. However, court documents revealed with People in August from the United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia's Atlanta Division suggested that the pair had filed a combined application for a new trial through their lawyers. The government introduced and failed to correct erroneous testimony by IRS Revenue Officer Betty Carter, who lied about the Chrisleys owing taxes or years when she knew no taxes were owed, according to the motion. This testimony had the effect of unjustly portraying the Chrisleys as untrustworthy, likely to commit various forms of fraud, and dodging the tax payments specified in the indictment. According to the motion, the court was also accused of accepting evidence that violated Todd and Julie's Fourth Amendment rights despite the fact that this evidence had been suppressed under this court's past findings, without asking the government to make any showing at all that the evidence should not be excluded. On June 7, Todd and Julie were found guilty on all counts in a federal court in Georgia. The duo could now face up to 30 years in prison. According to Insider, Tarantino was also found guilty of conspiracy to defraud the United States and deliberately filing fraudulent tax returns. During their 3-week trial, Assistant U.S. Attorney Annalise Peters claimed that Todd and Julie submitted false documents exaggerating their wealth to banks to borrow over $30 million that they burned on their affluent lifestyle, while additionally hiding money from the IRS. They made up documents and they lie through their teeth to get whatever they want, whenever they want it, Peters told the jury, per Insider. Todd's attorney, Bruce H. Morris, blamed the couple's former employee, Mark Braddock, for impersonating Todd and committing the fraud behind the couple's back, reportedly turning on them after he was fired in 2012. Despite Peters deeming Braddock a fraudster, she noted that the couple continued the act even after ties with him were cut. Tarantino's attorney said that his client was in over his head and unqualified to handle the Chrisleys' finances, noting that he failed the CPA exam many times over 20 years, the outlet reported. Despite his lack of qualifications, his attorney noted that Tarantino is not a criminal. Todd has previously opened up about the employee who allegedly wronged them in the fraud and tax evasion suit on their joint podcast. We had this employee that worked for us that has caused so much of the stuff that has happened, and you look and say, how is he getting away with this? How is this happening? Todd said, I have prayed for God to take the hatred out of my heart because I know what this man did. Just because I don't know what's going on in his life doesn't mean God's not handling it. I just pray, Lord, if there's an enemy coming at me and whatever they're sending my way, I ask that you return to sender. People will get what's coming to them, but it's in God's time, Julie later added. It's not on our time. That's where we want to push it along. We want to hurry it up because we're hurting so badly that we just want to see an ounce of love from someone else because we feel like we're hemorrhaging. Throughout seasons of your life, I know that you feel like you are hemorrhaging to death and you can't even see a scrape on the other person that you feel like has lied on you, or that has done wrong by you or that has cheated you, she said. That's what makes it so hard. In July, the duo revealed on their podcast that the situation had taken a toll on their family, but they were determined to persevere. As a family, we remain together and steadfast in our beliefs and convictions. We do not waver in our belief, Todd stated. Now pay attention. Are we dissatisfied? Are we in pain? Yes, but we know that everything has a purpose in God's eyes.